Hey, welcome back to another episode of Tune Quest. Today we're looking at Love a Girl by Laufey. So this is the first tune that I've actually done a cover for on this channel. So I'll link that below. You can check it out to see how it sounds. This is a really beautiful composition, but it's actually quite advanced. So I'm going to try my best to keep it as simple as possible in this tutorial. Let's get into it. So the intro goes like this. That's actually quite easy to play, right? We're only on one chord, which is a B major, okay? So in the left hand, we've just got that root note, and the right hand is going to play this B major 7 shape. It's going to start on this shape, right? But take out that fifth. So this is what we start with. Now the top note is going to move down chromatically like this, to eventually land on this B major triad. And the right hand is going to follow exactly the same rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, if you really want to get this rhythm down, it's as easy as just clapping along to it, right? Exactly what Laufey does in the tune. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. If you really want to develop a strong sense of rhythm, you've got to feel it in your body, you know? That's where rhythm resides. And it's as simple as just clapping along and then translating that clapping onto the piano. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so that's the intro of this tune. And then it moves into the verse, which goes something like this. Okay, so as I said, I'm trying to keep this tutorial as simple as I can. There's more advanced things going on. If you want me to do a more advanced tutorial, definitely let me know. I can make that as well. But let's start with the chords first. So we start on this C sharp minor chord, and here we're just going to be playing root 5 chords, okay? So 1 5 chords, and then we move that to an F sharp, root 5th, and then we move that to the B. Okay, so this is what's called a 2-5-1, where we play the 2 chord in the key of B major, the 5 chord in the key of B major, which goes back to the 1 chord, which is B major, right? And then the second time I did that, what I did was I played these root 5, octave 5, root 5, octave 5 arpeggios, which sound beautiful. Okay, the melody starts on D sharp, descends down to A sharp, goes back like that, and then like that all the way back to this D sharp. That's the melody. So with this left hand root 5th shape, and up an octave with those arpeggios, yeah, so that's essentially the verse. At least that's the first half of the verse. And then we move into the second half of the verse, which is kind of like a pre-chorus. It goes like this. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm actually just playing the chords straight. I'm just holding them, right? And what I'm doing is I'm showing you different ways to play the left hand, okay? Because essentially what we're looking at here are the different ingredients of the tune, and it's kind of up to you to choose which one you want to do. You can play the 1-5 chords, or you can play just like octaves, which are always good in the left hand, octaves, or these arpeggio things, or you can just hold the chords, which is what we're going to do in this section, okay? So the first chord that we're going to hold is a D sharp diminished. We've got D sharp, F sharp, and A. And then we're going to move up to an that's a G sharp major triad. And then we're going to move down to the C sharp minor triad. And that's going to move up to an E minor triad, which is really the most beautiful chord in this whole tune, and what makes this tune kind of like break your heart a little bit. And then that moves back to C sharp minor, and then that moves to F sharp major. Okay, so that's the chord movement. Now, let's look at the melody. Okay, so it starts F sharp, E, D sharp, C, which is the third of this chord, see? This is just a quick lesson on melody. Melody tends to weave in and out of the chord tones, right? So C is the third, which is a chord tone of this chord here. C sharp, F sharp, E, D sharp, C sharp, G. Again, see what's happening here? We're going to the third of this chord here, the chord tone, the third. And then B, C sharp, chromatic there, G, ending on just the standard F sharp major chord, like that. Okay, so let me show you the whole thing all together. Now, there's another way that we can play exactly the same chords that we've got here in the left hand, right? These are triads that we're playing, so what we can do is just arpeggiate them, right? Like this. Start on the bottom, go up, go back to the middle, like that. I'm sorry if this is like too basic for you. Yeah, honestly, let me know if you want a more advanced version. I can dig into the the extensions and the advanced chord stuff that's happening here. But yeah, essentially, let me show you with the melody playing these as arpeggios. Okay, and then we move into the chorus, which goes like this. Okay, so that's the main idea of the chorus. The chord movement is, again, C sharp minor. And here I'm using that root 5 octave 5 arpeggio. Moving up to F sharp major. Moving down to B major. And then that's going to move down to this G sharp major. You can do it up an octave like this. Yeah, so that's the chord movement. Now the melody, it starts with this lead in, right? F sharp, E, D sharp, and then we go here where C sharp moves to D sharp, like that. And then same idea over the F sharp chord, and this time over the B major chord we're going to go to this A sharp, which is the major 7th extension, wanting to resolve back to that root of the chord, right? Same idea here. Okay, so C, C, sharp, D sharp, landing on that G sharp, okay? Now we can do this all up a octave. It does that the second time through, right? Or Laufey does that, rather. She does that. And then it finishes like this. Okay, so we finish. We start with this C sharp minor chord. The melody is that top note, and I'm kind of adding these notes. Why? Because that's the third of the C sharp chord, and that's the fifth. And then I'm playing this nice crunchy chord. Okay, so this is the E minor, and I'm just adding that F sharp. Melody goes, and then it comes back here and does that same idea from the start, right? Okay, so that's how you play the chorus. And again, you can interchange different ideas with the left hand. So you could play like low octaves like this. guitar, sorry. And then you could maybe transition to the arpeggio. And there, you want to play those as kind of like impactful stabs, right? Okay, and then I'm going to finish this tutorial off by showing you the most beautiful chords in the bridge of this tune, which go like this. Okay, that's just incredibly beautiful. I'm going to show you the right hand first, okay? Actually, we start... I'm going to show you both hands together. So we start on the B major chord. Now, I'm just using this root 5, octave 5 thing, arpeggio thing again, because it's just super versatile. It's always going to sound good. In the right hand, I've got this. So we've got an octave on F sharp, like that, and then A sharp going to B, like that. And then we move to the E minor chord again. That's just E minor, root 5, octave 5. And in the right hand, an incredibly beautiful chord, okay? So we start with this G major with a flat 5. What is that? This is a G major chord, okay? But instead of just the standard 5th, we're flattening it to create this real nice kind of tension. And then the melody goes from that G to the E to this, oh my god, this amazing note here. I'm not going to explain how this works. I can do that in another video, but... And then to that C sharp, right? Like that. You can play this up an octave. Yeah, that's how you play the tune. There's a lot more going on, okay? That's a kind of like a basic tutorial on how to play this song and the different things going on. Hopefully you learned something in this video. If you didn't and you're at that stage where you want to learn the more advanced stuff, definitely let me know. I can make a tutorial for that. And if you want like actual direct guidance from me on exactly what's going on and like how to practice it and develop more advanced things on the piano, definitely check out Keyboard Wizardry. I can create a practice plan with you and I can help you get to that more advanced stage on the piano if that's what you're interested in. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my cover if you haven't yet, and that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.